No, we can. You want to do a statement? Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with Coach Collins with a statement. Then we'll open up for questions. Just raise your hands to the microphone. Coach.
Well, I thought it was a really hard played game. I thought two teams really battling. It seems like every time we play these guys, regardless of what the records are, guys are leaving it out on the floor. And obviously, congratulations to Illinois. I thought they made the plays necessary down the stretch to win. I was really proud of our guys' effort. We're a little bit undermanned with injuries and all that, and we had 8 guys. And I thought, our young guys did a really good job in a tough place to play. We really battled the whole night against a really good team and gave ourselves a chance to win. And it was, Io made a couple big plays. He jumped up and made a 17-foot pull up there late, and then walked up and made free throws when he needed to. But I was really proud of how we played, and it just stinks because I see how much better we're getting, and the results aren't there. But it's part of the process, but it doesn't feel good when you're going through it. But to see how Miller's developing, to see how Robbie Barron's coming on, and Ryan Young, and Jared Jones, and Ryan Greer, and hopefully when we get our freshman point guard Bowie back, I'm seeing a lot of positives, but we're not a moral victory type of program. So, we just got to keep fighting and keep sticking together, and hopefully, it reminds me a lot actually of where Illinois was last year. I remember we played them at a similar time of the year, and I think we hit a big shot late to win, and they probably deserved to win. And you just saw their young kids coming. You saw Io, you saw Georgie, you saw these guys, and you saw what they could be, and then they finally broke through. And when they broke through, they gained that confidence, and now they've become a team that can compete with anybody. So it's really a good model for us. I think we're in kind of a similar boat, playing out a lot of young kids, and they're getting great experience. It's just, it's hard in a conference like this. You're playing great teams that are really well coached, and you got to play great basketball in order to win. We're just coming up a couple possessions short, which is disappointing.
Questions for Coach?
Chris, you ended up with 12 and 7. You seemed to neutralize Kofi a little bit with you guys having similar numbers on the glass on that. What do you think you guys did to kind of take that out of the game a little bit?
Well, they put a lot of pressure on you because those two big guys are really good players, and both Kofi and obviously Kofi, if he gets it deep, you're not stopping him. He's so big and strong. We tried to do the best job we could protecting the paint. Not only for his post-ups, but also the driving ability. I mean, Io's ability to drive is just as devastating as their post-up game. So we tried to do the things we could to keep the floor shrunk, and try to live with some jumpers at times, and give Trent credit. He hadn't been shooting the ball great, and he jumped up and made 3 or 4 threes tonight. Georgie, we were going to live with him shooting some jump shots. He made them, and sometimes you got to give those guys credit, but we just try to do our best because we know, Kofi gets it low, you're not stopping him. So you try to do your best, you try to have him see multiple bodies, and make him a little bit of a passer. And we had some success at times, and other times we didn't. But that's what good teams do. They put pressure, and they have good guards and bigs, so you got to kind of pick your poison.
Chris, it seemed like every time Illinois made a run, you guys had an answer for them, usually from the three-point. For a while there, you guys were trading 3 for 2 to kind of get back in the game and everything. Just talk a little bit about your guys' intensity and focus, especially during the latter parts.
Yeah, we shot the ball pretty well tonight. We haven't, at times, I feel like we're a better shooter team than we've shown with our stats. I think our guys are getting comfortable. I think a lot of times, too, when they're playing 2 big guys like that, they're going to, if you can get them strung out a little bit, and I thought our pick and roll game had some success, against their big guys. And our big guys made some shots. I knew that was going to be important. Barron made 3, and I think Ryan Young made 1. So I knew in order to loosen up their defense a little bit, our big guys were going to have to step back and make a couple threes. And I was just proud of our effort. We got down 9 there. We took a timeout, and that was a real breaking point for our team. The crowd was into the game. They were starting to get a rhythm. They were getting really confident. We took a timeout. We came out. We got a bucket right away, and then tried to put game pressure on them. And I thought we did a good job of that in the last couple minutes. And like I said, give them credit. I thought Georgie made a huge 3 there. And then, Io steps up and makes a big pull-up 17-footer. And then, we thought we had a turnover there, it was close. We almost got a turnover against the spread football offense, or whatever that was, the fly routes. Almost got it, but then he got fouled and walked up and did what really good players do, made 2 big free throws to win.
Coach, you took Indiana down to the wire at their place, took Illinois down to the wire here at their place. 2 tough road environments that you competed in, but came up short. Is that deflating for you guys, or for your guys, more of a confidence builder?
Hopefully a little bit of both. It's my job to make it a confidence builder, but as a competitor, it's disappointing. I mean, we didn't come here, we didn't drive through the Siberia snowstorm last night to just be a sacrificial lamb. We put a plan together to come here to try to compete to win. Same thing with that Indiana game, and we're like a couple possessions away, and you see that a lot with young teams. One little breakdown here, one little misfinish or a missed assignment where a guy gets a layup, and it's kind of holding us back from having that big breakthrough win. And I just think I've seen it so many times with so many teams. And I thought last year Illinois, I don't remember what their record was, but they lost a ton of heartbreakers early. And I remember Brad kind of saying the same thing I was saying, like I see we're coming, I see what's happening in practice, I see kids getting better. We just can't, we got to get over the hump. And hopefully what will happen for us is what happened for them. They finally, that second half of the year last year, they found, they tasted winning, they saw what it took to win, and they've carried that into this year. And that's what I have to do. That's my challenge with this group. We have a really good young nucleus. I think everybody sees that. That's what's exciting. But when you're in the moment and you're in the games as a competitor, you want to win now. But I really like our young guys. I think our freshman and sophomore classes are very talented. I like what we're building, and it's up to me to keep these guys together, keep them upbeat, and keep them moving towards that goal of where we want to get, which is back in the mix in the Big Ten.
Chris, Brad revamped his defense a little bit in the offseason, doing less ball denial. From a preparation and an execution standpoint, what was it like going up against the 2 different styles?
Yeah, it's, the way they played last year, it was such a stark difference. Nobody played like that in the conference. So it was hard to adjust, and like a lot of times you get like a 2-day prep window, and their ability, and he had the personnel to be really good at it. They were really athletic, they were long, they got after the ball, they pressured the ball. Now, what he's done is good. You have to play your best players, so there's no question that Georgie and Kofi are 2 of their best players. They're incredibly talented guys, and it's going to be hard for them to play that pressing on top denial defense. And so, what they've done now is they've sacrificed forcing some turnovers, but they're better at the rim. In the past, if you didn't turn the ball over, you felt pretty good that you might be able to get some layups because they were so extended. Now what's difficult is they're so big at the basket. Like even tonight, I thought we had some good, but I thought there were 3 or 4 times we got in there and had the ball right at the rim, and their size really bothered us from finishing. So, I think Brad is an outstanding coach. He's done a great job coaching this team and finding the system that works for them.
You mentioned Trent Frazier hitting a couple shots early. How much of a difference does it make when maybe he's looking to be a little more aggressive offensively and then obviously making it?
Well, I cringe because I think he made one the first possession. And anytime a guy who's been struggling a little bit, because he's a really good player, he's been a good player his whole career, and anytime a guy who's been good and had success makes his first shot, I was like, oh man, not today. But he came out tonight and gave them 16 points. For them, they've had consistent offense from Kofi and Io, and all of a sudden now if Trent and Georgie give them double figures, the way they did today, now, they become very dangerous. And so I think he's a huge key to their team because it gives a guy who can take a little bit of pressure off Io on the perimeter.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Ken.